Spider-Man Homecoming. Was it good? Bad? Awful? Awesome? Let's find out. Let's do the review of Spider-Man Homecoming. Welcome back to Colin's Tiki Zone. Alright, folks. Thanks for coming back to Colin's Tiki Zone, and we are going to review Spider-Man Homecoming. This will contain some spoilers, so you've been warned. Okay? If you guys haven't gone to see it yet, please, I strongly advise you, please go check this movie out. Not only because you're probably a comic book fan and you're following all the other Marvel comic book movies that have been coming out that are part of the MCU, but Spider-Man Homecoming is indeed a very good film from start to finish. I would say it's probably one of the better incarnations of these Spider-Man characters since we've had the reboot. This is like the third time in the last 10 years or so. So they finally got it right. Kept him in high school, kept him a kid, and made him a little goofy, a little nerdy, not too much over the top. But he definitely, and also he has a sense of humor, which is great. Which those of you who followed him in the comic books and the cartoons know that he has a bit of a sense of humor to him. So starting off the film. You're introduced to Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, and it starts off right after the events that happen in New York during the first Avengers movie. So they're basically cleaning up all the scraps of all the alien tech, and they're kind of stockpiling it and making their own weaponry of the material, and also selling it to make some extra money on the side. During this time, the the feds step in and claim jurisdiction over the whole area, so they take over their business and whatnot. So Toomes is kind of stuck with just the little bit of tech that he was able to obtain during that time. After that, we jump into Peter Parker, and he's already Spider-Man. He's been Spider-Man for a little while, just like if you've seen Civil War, he's been Spider-Man for about 6 months. So he's still coming into the whole Spider-Man thing. He's doing little jobs here and there, keeping the area, his neighborhood crime-free as best as he can. He's being mentored at this time by Tony Stark, which you've seen in the previous film, and Happy Hogan, who's back finally, is kind of a watchful guardian over young Peter Parker and keeping an eye on him and keeping Tony Stark updated with Peter's progress. So we see Peter, and we meet him. He's in high school. His best friend's Ned, which you've probably seen in the previews, and he's a bit of a tech geek. And of course, Peter's awkward. There's a girl that he likes in school that doesn't even know exists, really. And of course, you get the Zendaya character that you've also seen, who, in a weird way, she's kind of emo-ish, and in a weird way, she's kind of crushing on Peter, but not overly explicit. But she's kind of crushing on him in a weird way. She's almost a female stalker, so to speak. But it's kind of funny. You get Flash Thompson, a new incarnation of Flash Thompson, who historically has always been played by a football jock. Not this time around. It's a younger, or a smaller in stature, young kid. I believe he might be of Indian descent, and he's rich. He has a lot of money, so he's kind of bullying Peter around, and because Peter doesn't come from a lot of money. Peter's very lower to middle class. He doesn't come from a lot of money. He lives with his Aunt May, who's been taking care of him since. You guys know the story. If you guys have been following Peter Parker, Spider-Man, you guys know about the Uncle Ben story and all that, which isn't mentioned in this movie, thank goodness, because that's been done to death. But anyways, yeah, he doesn't come from a lot of money. He works hard, and he gets what he earns. He hasn't been given anything like that. So you got the rich bully in school, who's Flash Thompson, and he's in it just a little bit, not a whole lot. Doesn't take up too much screen time. And there's a lot of good action in the film. He has this brand new high-tech Spider-Man outfit, which you've seen in Civil War, but you only seen the outside of it in Civil War. You didn't see the inside of it. It's kind of like how Tony Stark's Iron Man suit, where he can communicate with it. So it has a bunch of different things it could do. It has a bunch of different type of web shooters. It self heats. It could has a GPS on it. Pretty much does everything. Even has wings, so to speak. It's the Spider-Man webbing that's under the arms, which you've seen in the old comic books. They implemented it here in this movie and kind of gave it a purpose, which was nice. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I thought it was well done, well handled. There was a great story. Keeps you engaged the entire time that you're watching it. It slows down a bit in the middle. There's a lot of dialogue, whatnot, but it picks right back up when he finally gets to fight the Vulture the first time. Happens in the second act. Happens again in the third act, which is to be expected. It's the big fight that you see in the air on the airplane, and the time before that, it's the one where he is at the Washington Monument on a field trip, and there's a part of the alien tech goes crazy and starts destroying part of the Washington Monument while the kids are doing a tour on it, and Peter has to slip out the back door and come back in as Spider-Man to save the day, which was pretty awesome. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. For one, you get a preview of this one guy that's he works with Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, for a little bit, and his character is known as the Prowler in the comics. His name is given in the film. I can't quite remember what his name is, but anyway, it's the Donald Glover character that people have been speculating for months. Hey, it's Miles Morales, and all this stuff. It's not Miles Morales. However, he mentions in the film that he has a young nephew that he's looking out for. And if you guys follow the comics, you'll know that the Prowler is the uncle to Miles Morales. So they reference Miles Morales a little bit here in the film, which is cool. What other little Easter eggs do they have in here? At the end of the film, during the end credits scene, you get to see, you run into the Vulture, who, well, I don't want to spoil. I already spoiled some of it for you, but anyways, you run into the Vulture. He gets locked up, doesn't get killed, thank goodness. And he runs into one of the guys that was working for him earlier in the film, which they didn't really target him too much. They didn't really talk about him a whole lot, but you get to meet who this guy is in prison briefly. And if you look closely, on his neck he has a tattoo, and it's a tattoo of a scorpion, and that is going to be the Scorpion, hopefully, in future Spider-Man films. So that's another little Easter egg. Captain America pops up, real funny part during the course of the movie. He's doing like those old high school videos you used to see, like those little safety type things, and it's really funny. You gotta check them out. And let's see what else. There's so much stuff that happens in that film. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I thought it was done very well. It has a great story, and I highly recommend it. I hope you guys go check it out soon. It's hot out there, so guys, get out there. If you can't hit the pool, hit the theater where it's nice and cool. Check out Spider-Man Homecoming. Again, I highly recommend it. And till next time, I'll see you again here in Collins Tiki Zone. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. And hey, once again, please, if you guys have already seen the film, please drop me a comment. Let me know how you guys enjoyed it. And like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thanks. Later.